Hey guys, welcome back for another video. In today's video, we're going to do an unboxing and a card review for the Morgan Stanley American Express card. Now, if you've seen my channel before, you've watched any of my videos, you know that I already have quite a few credit cards. So I already have the vanilla AmEx Platinum card and the Charles Schwab Platinum card. If you've clicked on this video, then I'm guessing you're probably not the normal Morgan Stanley customer just looking to get an AmEx Platinum. You're probably someone like me who is chasing all of these cards to get the sign-up bonus. Now, the co-branded Platinum cards, so the Vanilla Platinum and the Schwab Platinum and the Morgan Stanley Platinum, these are all separate products. So you're eligible to receive the 60,000 AmEx membership rewards sign-up bonus for each card. For that reason, you probably want to get the Schwab card last so that you can cash them out. Or if you plan on holding the Schwab long-term, you can get the Vanilla and Morgan Stanley at any time, but then you will have two AmEx Platinums at the same time. In order to apply for the Schwab card, you do need a Charles Schwab brokerage account, and in order to apply for the Morgan Stanley card, you need to have a Morgan Stanley brokerage account. So I had to open up an investor account with Morgan Stanley to apply for this card. I'll make a separate video kind of giving an overview of Morgan Stanley's platform. I don't really like it, but we can talk about that in another video. When you apply for this card, it is not Morgan Stanley approving you. It is American Express. So when you go to pay your bill or set up any of the functionality of the card, it's all on American Express's website with all of the rest of their cards. So I applied for this on a Thursday night, and it actually got to me Saturday morning. So Amex is really fast about overnighting and getting this card out to you. So let's go ahead and open up the UPS box here, and I'm going to be careful not to flash my address at you because I don't want you guys knowing where I live. Thank you. And yep, it's the same box that I got for the other two cards. They used to have these really cool wooden tray holders inside. It was just a gift that American Express gave you, but they've stopped doing that. So let's go ahead and open it up, and I'm guessing it's going to be like the other two cards. I've already done two other unboxing videos. So let's go ahead and open it up, and there is the card. We have a very nice presentation. American Express makes great products. Welcome to Platinum, unlock a world of experience. I did pause for 1 second to cover up my name and my account number. So you can go ahead and take this off. And there you go. Ooh, let's get a close-up of the card here. I don't know if we can get some good lighting. So yeah, the only difference between this and the ordinary Platinum is it has the Morgan Stanley logo up here in the upper hand right. But other than that, the card should be identical to the original Platinum. So I've had this one for almost a year now, and yep, it is pretty much the same. So the box is always really nice. In the top, they give you the terms and conditions. I'm not going to go through that. And there's a tab here. You pull that up, and inside should be all of the cool brochures. So let's go through these together here. What do we got on the top here? Your key to endless exploration. That's pretty cool. And then this is nice. They give you kind of a checklist to remind you of everything that you need to enroll in. So with this card, it's a $550 annual fee, and they give you quite a few credits to offset that annual fee. So $200 for Uber, then you have $100 for Saks Fifth Avenue, and then you have a $200 airline incidental fee credit, and then a global entry TSA pre-check credit. And so, yep, that's just telling you, don't forget to do this stuff. But let's go through the nice brochures. Imagine the possibilities with 5x membership reward points. So the multipliers on this card, in my opinion, are not very good. It's 5x points only booked directly with Amex's travel portal or an airline's website. So it doesn't work it's not a broad travel category like you get with the Chase Sapphire Reserve or the City Prestige. And it doesn't work with third-party airline websites, like Expedia or Travelocity. And then for hotels, the 5x multiplier, it's only Amex Travel. You can't even, for example, go on Hilton's official website to earn 5x, which is very unfortunate. Okay, then we have the Centurion Lounge. Feel at peace even when you're on the go. This honestly is the best benefit to the American Express card. If you do fly frequently, either every month or at least several times a year, this is the true value of the card. Using their extensive lounge network, the Centurion Lounges, you have Priority Pass, you have the Delta Sky Club, the Escape Lounges, the Plaza Premier Lounges. These are all fantastic places to eat and get drinks and just relax as you travel. But once again, for this to have the most value for you, you need to be traveling frequently. Okay, make your travel more rewarding with a $200 airline incidental fee credit. This is actually terrible. They used to allow you to use this to buy gift cards, for example, with Delta, and then you could use those gift cards towards the purchase of a ticket, but they've really cracked down on this. They really only want you using this fee credit for checked baggages, in-flight purchases, and other various fees associated with traveling with only a single airline. That's another bummer. You can only select one airline at the beginning of the year, and you can only use this $200 credit for that airline. So Amex does not make this easy to use, unfortunately. Take your experience to the next level with the Global Dining Collection. This is kind of like a concierge service. You can call them, and they can help you find places to eat or get you a reservation, which might have been difficult otherwise. Elevate your hotel stays with the Fine Hotels and Resorts program. What you'll typically find here is a little bit more pricey than your average hotel, but once again, if you would otherwise stay at these places anyways, then you can definitely find discounts on Amex's travel portal. Get where you're going with $200 in Uber rides. This credit is actually the easiest to use because if you don't ever take Uber, then just enroll in Uber Eats and you can order food either delivered to your house. But if you want to save on the delivery costs, you can select to have the food picked up. This is what I do. I just use my $15 credit a month to get food that I was gonna get otherwise, and then I go to the restaurant and pick it up to avoid the delivery fee and tipping a driver. The problem with this credit is it's use or lose. If you forget to use the credit one month, then it does not roll over to the next month. So you just have to remember to always use your 15 a month, and then I think in December it's 35 actually. Then we have Share the Love. What is this? You have their backs and we'll have yours. Add additional card members today. So yes, the Morgan Stanley card does allow you to have one free authorized user, and we'll talk about that in a second. But for fun, I always do this. People really enjoy the experience of using the Amex Platinum because of how heavy it is. When you weigh it on a scale, it comes in close to 18 grams. This is saying 17, but we can go ahead and weigh the original. Yep, 18 grams. I almost have all of the premium travel credit cards right now. So, for example, the Citi Prestige is also metal, comes in at 17 grams. The Chase Sapphire Reserve, also metal, comes in at 13, 14. The Amex Gold card comes in at 14, so I think this is a little bit heavier than the Chase Sapphire Reserve. And then the Amex Green card, which is recycled plastic, that comes in at 4 or 5 grams, so it's pretty light. To apply for the Morgan Stanley American Express card, you must be a Morgan Stanley client. And I think this actually deters a lot of people from applying for this card, because for the Charles Schwab card, yes, you need a Charles Schwab brokerage account, but you don't need to have a minimum deposit, and the brokerage account is free. That is not true for Morgan Stanley. So if you scroll down to the bottom, you can see what the problem is here. Morgan Stanley has a minimum investment requirement of $5,000, and they charge you an annual fee of 0.35% of your account balance. So in my opinion, that is a huge fee because you're still paying the fees for whatever funds you're invested in addition to Morgan Stanley's robo management fee, and you have to have a minimum account balance of $5,000. If you drop below that $5,000, then your card can be either denied or canceled. I'm going to make a separate video on Morgan Stanley's investment trading platform. It's very different from what I have experienced from companies like Robinhood, Vanguard, and Charles Schwab. So that will be a separate video talking about the problems with Morgan Stanley. But once you are a Morgan Stanley client, you can then apply for the Morgan Stanley American Express Platinum Card. They also have a no annual fee credit card, but if you're watching this video, you probably want the Morgan Stanley AmEx Platinum version. The sign-up bonus is standard. It's 60,000 membership reward points for $5,000 in spend the first 3 months. Now, there is no referral links because you must be a Morgan Stanley client. So that's one of the unfortunate things. You and a friend or a player or two cannot help each other get this bonus by giving each other referral links. One of the exclusive benefits to the Morgan Stanley version of the AmEx Platinum Card is they actually do give you one free authorized user card. These authorized user cards are great because the person who gets the authorized user card can then have TSA PreCheck, hotel status, and airport lounge access, which is pretty much in my opinion, the predominant value of having the card. And you can give this to a spouse or child or parent or friend for free. And then like with the normal vanilla Platinum Card, you can have up to 3 authorized users for $175 total, and then each additional authorized user after that is $175 each. The Morgan Stanley card, of course, does allow you to transfer out your AmEx reward points to your Morgan Stanley brokerage account at a rate of 1-to-1. That is better than just taking a AmEx statement credit, which I think is 0.6 of a cent. But it's not as good as the Charles Schwab. So if you want to take this route of cashing out your AmEx membership reward points into a brokerage account in order to invest, you should really be doing that with Charles Schwab because it's objectively 25% better than the Morgan Stanley rate of 1-to-1. Why Morgan Stanley won't just match what Charles Schwab is offering, Charles Schwab manages to do it, I don't know. I don't know why Morgan Stanley would see that disparity of 25% difference in the value of your points, and they wouldn't try to match that for their customers. I've talked about this in previous videos, but in my opinion, the American Express Platinum Card is not the best top-tier premium travel credit card. When you think about the US Bank Altitude Reserve, the Citi Prestige, or the Chase Sapphire Reserve, those cards have either dining or broad travel point earning categories. The Amex Platinum is not something you should be using day to day. It's just 5x on flights with their portal or an airline, or 5x on hotels with the portal. You're only earning 1x points on everything else. So you can't or you shouldn't be using this at the grocery store or restaurants or gas. You need to get other Amex point earning cards. So this card is really only, in my opinion, it makes sense for people who value hotel status and travel through airports frequently and will use the lounges. If you're the kind of person who only travels a couple times a year and you prefer driving and staying in Airbnbs or staying with friends, then this card doesn't make sense for you. With that said, American Express does offer you all of these great benefits and credits to offset that $550 annual fee. If you value these credits and benefits at $550, then it doesn't matter if you never put spend on this card. This card is good enough to hold. Just from its static abilities, it pays for itself. Then you can go ahead and value it at $550 and then once again use other cards for your everyday spend. And if you're like me and you're trying to get each of these versions of the Amex Platinum for the sign-up bonuses, then I highly recommend you start with the vanilla because you can get targeted for a 100,000 point sign-up bonus. And you can also refer and be referred for this card. if your goal ultimately is to cash out your points into a Schwab brokerage account with the best cash out rate, then just get the Schwab card last. You know, get the vanilla, and then if you really want to, get the Morgan Stanley. Accumulate as many points as you can, and then get the Schwab in order to cash them all out. I do want to warn you, though, that if you try and get Amex cards too fast, more than 2 cards in a 90-day period, they will start automatically declining you. So I highly recommend just spacing each one of these cards or numerous Amex cards 90 days per application. On top of that, you know, you shouldn't be spending money you wouldn't have already spent in order to hit these sign-up bonuses. So I've seen people just go completely gung-ho, and then they're struggling to hit these minimum spends. They're spending money they wouldn't have otherwise spent. So definitely don't do that. I hit these minimum spends by using Plastic, which is a service in order to pay my rent every month. So my rent is $1,000 every month, so I wait 90 days to get another card. I'm paying my rent with a credit card, and then I pay off my balance in full every month, obviously. And then I only have to spend $2,000 over 3 months in other various category spend. Okay guys, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up so the algorithm knows it's good. In addition, consider subscribing to my channel. I talk frequently about credit cards. And if you have any comments or questions about the Morgan Stanley card, leave me a comment down below. I love hearing from you guys. And until the next video, take care.